This is the Stevenson property. I'm in the backyard. We're doing a quote for recurring weekly maintenance, which is going to include all the basic services: lawn mowing, lawn fertilization, weed control, spraying weeds in planter beds, and pruning the shrubs. We're going to be focusing on adjusting the irrigation on this property first thing, regular mowing, and then making sure that we address all of the weeds and leaves to get it up to standard. Areas like this we definitely want to address where there's like just a random weed growing through there. We want to remove that, and then once that's under control, we're going to be pruning a section at a time. The client would like to see the shrubs, especially the big ones, contained so they don't grow any bigger. In some cases, like this one right here, we want to make it smaller. There are some rosemaries in the front that we need to reduce the height of them quite a bit. All of the tall hedges like this, there's some on that side too. We just want to prune the front face of it, and the height is fine the way it is. And then these right here obviously just contain the size of them, maintain the size and even reduce shrubs like this. This one really wants to be big. We want to make sure we don't let it get any bigger. Walking around here, there are a lot of little so in this case that's a spent bloom, but there's also weeds kind of popping up all over. That planter bed there has it. We just want to make sure on the first visit to walk through, maybe even use a string trimmer to knock down all of those dry weeds, and then spray the rest. Blow out the leaves regularly. Whenever we see spent bloom like this one right here, we definitely want to cut it down so it doesn't look so unkempt. This is the other hedge I was talking about. Just prune the face of it and let it get tall. Hedges that look like this, or they're kind of sideways, we definitely want to address that. We want to even it out as we're pruning it, and kind of, we don't want any of these short, sharp kind of edges. That's just not natural looking. We want to round it off and make it even. We don't want lopsided shrubs. It's early to prune the crepe myrtles, but when the time comes, we're going to clean up the bottoms of them. Some shrubs here. Yeah, so weeds like this, we definitely want to address little weeds like that. We don't want to be seeing that. The lawns do have crabgrass, which is not a big concern, but there's also some clover and nutsedge, which we'll need to do additional treatments, post-emergent treatments for that. I didn't notice any Bermuda, so we're not going to be quoting for that at the moment. Yeah, spent lilies, we definitely want to pull those up. They're going to come back in the springtime. Looks like just some regular grass, tall fescue patches. We want to address that. We are going to be adjusting the sprinklers. Some kalinga in here, but the kalinga is going to be treated along with the nutsedge. I wanted to mention that there is a combination of pop-ups with rotor nozzles, which is an issue because the rotors put the water down a lot slower compared to the fan nozzles. I think the fan nozzle does like 0.8 of an inch per hour, while the rotor does like a half an inch per hour. So the rotors will need a lot more watering compared to a lot longer run time compared to the pop-up sprays. First visit, we are going to check the sprinklers, make sure all the sprinklers are working, and then adjust the timer. These are the rosemaries that are just looking so raggedy. We want to go ahead and take them down lower, blow out all the leaves that fall from this birch tree. When we see branches like this, we're not going to include tree care with the service, but when we see branches like this that are within reach, we definitely want to cut them off. As these agapantha blooms fade, we want to cut them off as well. Okay. Still quite a bit of tall fescue in this lawn, so I expect a lot of it to come back, and then we'll deal with the patches later on. Yeah, just some weeds here. The client didn't say anything about these branches here from the oak tree. We'll provide a quote for hauling that away. We'll need to use a trailer for that. And that's it. Beautiful property. It's gonna look really great when the lawn comes back.